Chapter 10, 41, Scaring Himself. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Fang Yuan's situation was very weird. Qi Zai could not help but feel wary. What sort of Dao marks does he have? Why can he use the killer moves of different paths and receive an amplification effect without any hindrances? Qi Zai seemed to be preparing while waiting patiently and at ease, but in fact, he was working hard at racking his brains. As far as I know in history, only one person could do this. That was reckless, savage Demon Venerable. There were a number of Demon Venerables in human history. Among them was Reckless Savage. He was the founder of Strength Path and had also cultivated Transformation Path. Historical records had stated that he could transform into countless things, and his Dao marks could change at will. For example, when Reckless Savage Demon Venerable turned into a Lightning Wolf, he would be able to use Lightning Path killer moves. When he became a Swamp Crab, he would be able to use Earth Path killer moves without feeling any disturbance and weakening from other Dao marks. Ordinary Transformation Path. Gu Masters could only specialize in one kind of transformation. For example, in Northern Plains Imperial Court Contest, Chung Long and Chung Hu could only transform into a dragon and tiger respectively. As for Transformation Path Gu Immortals, for example, He Long Zi, he could turn into 3 types of wolves, having different Dao marks on him, but when he switched his Dao marks, he had to wait for some time and use certain methods to get rid of the original Dao marks and prevent the disturbance of Dao marks of other paths. This problem had troubled every single transformation path, Gu Master and Gu Immortal in history, except one person. That was Reckless, Savage Demon Venerable. He could transform at will without considering the interference between Dao marks. Unfortunately, after Reckless Savage Demon Venerable died, his method was not passed down. Countless talented individuals had tried to learn his methods, but their results had been failure, obtaining nothing. Don't tell me that this enemy here has inherited a crucial transformation path. Inheritance of Reckless Savage Demon Venerable? Qi Zai thought of this and felt a fire of excitement burning in him. Other than this explanation, he could not think of anything else. Hey, of course, Gu Masters cultivate in various ways. There are countless numbers of people and methods. Not all of them follow conventional wisdom. Qi Zai squinted. He was still very calm. Actually, his guess that Fang Yuan had obtained a true inheritance of Reckless Savage Demon Venerable was still an underestimation of Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan could do this because he had the rank 9 sovereign immortal fetus Gu that Spectral Soul Demon Venerable refined. This immortal Gu was not ordinary. Not only was it the crucial thing needed for Spectral Soul Demon Venerable's revival, it was also his hope of surpassing all of the Venerables in history. In the past, after Spectral Soul Demon Venerable died, he was not resigned to that fate. Thus, he built Shadow Sect and planned meticulously. During that time, he not only revised on the knowledge gained during his life, he even searched for countless inheritances all over the world. Among these inheritances, there were Gu Master inheritances of all kinds. They could give Spectral Soul Demon Venerable new inspiration and brand new directions. There were also Gu Immortal inheritances and even a number of the other Venerables' inheritances. Shadow Sect could obtain one of Red Lotus Demon Venerable's true inheritances, the most mysterious Venerable in history, not to mention the other Venerables. Spectral Soul Demon Venerable controlled Shadow Sect and set up Zombie Alliance over the 5 regions. After tens of thousands of years, he accumulated his foundation and researched, putting in immense effort and making huge sacrifices. Eventually, he gathered all his knowledge and made use of the key aspects of it, creating the rank 9 sovereign immortal fetus Gumun. One could say this immortal Gu was not just the materialization of Spectral Soul Demon Venerable's soul path, it also showed his immense accumulation of the essence of other paths. It was an unparalleled treasure. Even though Heaven's Will used Fang Yuan as a tool, at the crucial moment, Fang Yuan as an otherworldly demon broke free of its manipulation, using sovereign immortal fetus Gu for himself. Qi Zai felt suspicion. Even though Fang Yuan had rank 6 aura, he did not dare to be careless. He was probing Fang Yuan. He was a rank 7 Gu Immortal. Even if he did not have any rank 7 Immortal Gu, He had rank 6 Immortal Goo. Earlier, the method of extracting the mud ball of grudge chi to create the Mudman Nijian was an immortal method. But he did not use Immortal Goo right now. Immortal Goo were the trump cards of Goo Immortals. When used, they expended immortal essence. Chi's Eye only had a low-grade blessed land. Unless it was a crucial moment, he would not use Immortal Goo. Of course, immortal essence was not the main reason. The most important reason was that once he used Immortal Goo, the information would be known by the enemy. The number and specific types of goo worms that a goo master owned were confidential secrets. Once intelligence was leaked, the goo master could be countered using specific means. The same applied to goo immortals. During an initial battle, without knowledge of the background of one another, goo immortals would try to probe each other first. While Chi's Eye was probing Fang Yuan was also probing him. All sorts of mortal killer moves were used by Fang Yuan. Together with his handsome appearance, Chi He's attention was greatly captured. Similar to Chi's Eye, even though Fang Yuan had Immortal Goo, he could not use them casually. Even though the rank 7 Sword Path Immortal Goo were powerful, Fang Yuan only had rank 6 Green Grape Immortal Essence. This was inferior to that of the rank 7 Goo Immortal Chi's Eye. If not for Fang Yuan joining Langya sect, he would not have enough Immortal Essence stones to replenish his Immortal Essence. He would lose this battle for sure. Both sides fought continuously, attacking and defending at various times. The commotion was huge. Chi He watched unblinkingly, gasping in her mind. Unavoidably, Chi's Eye was gradually falling into disadvantage against Fang Yuan. No matter how impressive mortal killer moves were, they did not have Immortal Goo in them. Thus, the amplification from Chi's Eye's Dao marks was very limited. They could not exceed the level of effect from using an Immortal Goo. In the long history of humanity, only one mortal killer move was publicly known to match Immortal Goo when activated. That was the White Bone Chariot that Proud Bone Demon Lord Shen Jiao created. This person was a rank 8 Demonic Path Goo Immortal. He was proud for a good reason. In this particular achievement, none of the 10 Venerables could match him. Even though Immortal Venerables and Demon Venerables were invincible, they were not omnipotent. Specialists tackled their own fields. In the past, Giant Sun, Immortal Venerable and Thieving Heaven, Demon Venerable had asked Longhair Ancestor to refine Goo for them. In contrast, even though Fang Yuan's Dao mark accumulation was not as high as Chi's Eye, he had a large number of methods, and because the amplification towards mortal killer moves was limited, he could deal with his opponent. Thus, gradually, Fang Yuan attacked more and defended less, gaining the initiative. Chi's Eye was fully aware of the battle situation in his mind. He frowned and began his counterattack. Battlefield Killer moved Chi lockdown. Immediately, the surrounding area was sealed. Air was immobilized, forming a translucent temporary battlefield. Fang Yuan smiled. He was not nervous. This Battlefield Killer move was only mortal level. It had little threat towards Goo Immortals like him, who had Immortal Goo. Only if they were a rank 6 Goo Immortal without Immortal Goo would they feel like this was a huge threat. And Fang Yuan already had this kind of Battlefield Killer move. Immediately, he used a signature move of Shui Songzi, Battlefield Killer move, Snow Domain. At once, Chi Lockdown was pushed aside as coldness seeped into the surrounding air. Chi, he could not hold it in anymore, she gasped out loud. In front of her eyes, the battlefield had been split into two. One was an icy domain, the other had motionless air. His perspective was still that of a mortal. This type of Battlefield Killer move, even though it was mortal level, was the trump card of every powerful mortal force. Unless it was an emergency, they would not use it normally. Otherwise, they might get countered if enemies gained intelligence on it. Just now, she witnessed two Battlefield Killer moves used in front of her. She felt that this trip was worth going on. She was satisfied with this eye-opening experience. Seeing that Fang Yuan was still at ease, Chi's Eye lost his patience. He took the lead to activate his Immortal Go. He was a vigilant person. He did not use an Immortal Killer move. He only activated the Immortal Go. A rank 6 key path. Immortal Go. Fang Yuan did not know what it was. Chi's Eye was not stupid enough to use it while calling out the Immortal Gu's name. Once the Immortal Gu was activated, the entire battlefield changed drastically. The Chi lockdown battlefield dissipated, turning into fuel for the Immortal Gumper. Snow Domain could not resist it. A long rope of Chi invaded it and pierced through. This long rope of Yin Chi coiled around like a venomous jade snake. It was several meters long, assaulting Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan sighed, using his rank 7 sword escape Immortal Gu. Whoosh! Immediately he seemed to have turned into a sharp sword, piercing the air and flying away. So fast! Chi He opened her mouth, extremely shocked. In the blink of an eye, Fang Yuan had flown almost beyond her vision. It was a rank 7 movement Immortal Gu after all. It had spectacular speed. Chizai was shocked too. He had estimated that Fang Yuan was a Gu immortal, specializing in Snow Path, Wind Path, or Dark Path. After all, the mortal killer moves that he used earlier were mostly from these 3 paths. But when Fang Yuan used his Immortal Gu, it was Sword Path. And it was a rank 7 Sword Path Immortal Gu. What is this? He is not a Transformation Path Gu immortal, but a Sword Path Gu immortal? Chizai felt like his brain was frying. After probing for so long, he had thought that he found out some details about Fang Yuan. But when he used his true methods, Fang Yuan actually displayed a rank 7 sword path, Immortal Gu, and he flew so quickly. If this were in the past, I could only look on and sigh. It is a pity that you are unlucky. Not long ago, I completed the Immortal Killer move that I had been designing for 3 years. Chizai snickered, whistling as he opened his mouth. At the same time, aura burst out of his body. The aura surrounded him and Chi-He and penetrated into the Chi Grand Lion's body. The Chi Grand Lion cried out in pain. Its eyes were red as it charged towards Fang Yuan. Under the effect of Chizai's Immortal Killer move, the Chi Grand Lion's speed was astonishing. In less than a few minutes, the Chi Grand Lion carried the 2 Chi Clan Gu immortals and chased up to Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan saw this and felt a headache. Chizai used his Immortal Gu again, summoning the long rope of Yin Chi. Very evidently, it was the same Immortal Gu as before. The Yin Chi rope coiled and flew towards Fang Yuan, rapidly getting closer. He did not use any other Immortal Killer moves, just a rank 6 Immortal Gu. Is it because his movement killer move has a lot of Gu worms in it? He has to focus his attention on it? Fang Yuan's eyes shined. During the moment of crisis, his mind was still calm. He thought about it as he displayed his deep foundation in fighting. When activating Immortal Gu, the aura of the Gu worm would leak, but when activating Immortal Killer moves, the leaked aura would be much more complex. Thus, Chizai easily noticed that Fang Yuan's Immortal Gu was rank 7 in Sword Path. And Fang Yuan could also easily notice that Chizai was using just the rank 6 Immortal Gu alone. Of course, this was a typical case. It did not hold true all the time. Some special methods could conceal the aura of Immortal Gu and mislead the enemy. Flying Sword, Gu! Fang Yuan pointed as his Immortal Gu shot out. Flying Sword Immortal Gu was peerlessly sharp. The Yin Chi rope was cut into pieces easily. Chizai's heart shook. He was shocked. Why does he have another rank 7 Sword Path Immortal Gu? Is he really a Sword Path Gu immortal? Then why did he use all those mortal killer moves? Why are both his Immortal Gu rank 7? Don't tell me he is a rank 7 Gu immortal, and he is purposely concealing his aura to be rank 6, so that he can pretend to be weak when preying on others? Chizai could not guess Fang Yuan's actual situation. He had a vigilant nature and a tendency to think deeply. The more he analyzed, the more shocked he got. He was scaring himself.